When we launch a browser using any automation tool to perform test steps on any application, it is our responsibility to close browser after execution of test scripts. Selenium WebDriver provides two methods to achieve the same, close and quit. Basically, both methods close the browser, but how does it close and when to use them are important to understand. Let's learn about close and quit methods, difference between them and when to use them. I'm yet to cover Selenium architecture or how does Selenium work internally, but I want to give a very basic idea about Selenium architecture now. So whenever we write Selenium scripts to launch a browser or we use git methods to launch the application in that browser, or we use some methods like getTitle to fetch the title of the application. So these commands cannot be directly given to the browser because browser cannot understand what these commands mean. So we require an intermediator which can help my Selenium scripts and Chrome browser or any browser to communicate each other. Let's understand with an example. We have a person who speaks only English and he needs to talk to a person who only speaks Spanish. So these two guys cannot communicate to each other because the medium of communications are different here. So these two persons require a person who knows both English and Spanish, so that person who speaks English can convey the message to the third person and third person will translate that message to Spanish to make second person understand the message and vice versa. The same thing is done by an intermediate server between our Selenium scripts and browser. For an example, if I want to perform actions on Chrome browser, then there will be one intermediate server that is called Chrome driver. And if you are working on Edge browser, then we will have another intermediate server called Edge driver. Similarly, for all other browsers, we will have a intermediate server. And these intermediate servers are developed by browsers vendors. That means Chrome driver will be developed by Chrome browser. Edge driver will be developed by Edge developers. So whenever Selenium scripts launches a browser, before launching the browser, actually it will start the intermediate server, that means Chrome driver in this case, and then it will send the commands to this Chrome driver and then Chrome driver server will perform the action and whatever response it gets, it will be returned to the script via this server itself. So that is the basic we need to understand as of now. So let me show you how can we see when it is launching these servers. To understand that, let's create an object of Chrome driver class so that it will launch a Chrome browser for me. And I'm going to run this program. And you can see a Chrome browser is launched. I'm not performing any further action, so it will be stopped here itself. Now press Windows R and type cmd to open the command prompt. And here we have one command called task list. When you run this command, it will give you all the processes running in the background or applications which are open. The same thing you can see in UI using the task manager. But let's search with the file name. So use task list, use pipe symbol, we have find str and here I am to pass the string which I want to search for. So let's search with Chrome. So you can see we have so many chrome.exe which are actually Chrome browser. And we have one server running chrome-driver.exe and this was opened or started when we launched the browser using Selenium script. Just to prove my point again, I am going to close the browser opened by Selenium, stop the program, and if I rerun the same command, we can see chrome-driver.exe is still running. So let me close that server by using a command. For that I can use task kill /im, give the process name which is chrome-driver.exe and use /F. So I'm missing one K, so it is task kill. So now you can see chrome-driver.exe is terminated. Run the same command to list the process and this time we will not see any chrome-driver.exe is running. Since we have already one Chrome browser running, so we can see some chrome.exe, but that's fine. Let me run this program again and you should see one chrome-driver.exe should have been launched now. So go to command prompt again, run the same command and you can see chrome-driver.exe is running, and we see more chrome.exe. Extra chrome.exe processes are coming from the new Chrome window which is launched by Selenium WebDriver. Let me show you the same thing for the Edge browser. So instead of Chrome driver, let's create an object of Edge driver and see whether it is launching the Edge driver server or not. So let's run the program. So Edge browser is launched, and if I go to command prompt and search for Edge this time instead of Chrome, so we can see ms edgedriver.exe is running. So whatever browser we launch through Selenium, it will launch an intermediate server for that browser, so that we can understand with these examples now. Now you might be thinking why I am explaining these things to you for this close and quit methods, because these two methods are tightly coupled with these concepts. So let's understand that. So let's start with Chrome driver first. So let me create an object of Chrome driver, and I am going to load a Google URL. So use the get method and pass the URL, and I'm going to put some sleep, so thread.sleep of 15 seconds, and after that I want to close the browser. So first method we have close. So use Chrome driver dot close, and before running let me open the command prompt and type the command task list pipe find str use Chrome. Execute the program and go to your command prompt and wait for browser to be launched. It is launched, run the command, and here we can see Chrome driver.exe is running with extra chrome.exe. It will wait for 15 seconds and after that it will close the browser. Now you can see browser is closed, and let me rerun the same command, and here you can see extra chrome.exe processes are terminated but chrome-driver.exe is still running. Now instead of close, let's use quit and run the program again, and go to your command prompt and wait for the browser to be launched and run the command here. So here we can see that two chrome-driver.exe is running. One was running for the previous script, let's ignore that, but for the new one it launched another chrome-driver.exe. So it did not use the already running Chrome driver server. Now you can see program execution is completed and browser is closed. Let me run the same command, and if you enter, you can see only one chrome-driver.exe is running. The second one is closed, and that was done because of quit method. So that is the major difference between close and quit. Close will not terminate the Chrome driver server, but quit will do. Now you might be thinking, anyway, those processes are background processes and it should not impact our execution. That is correct. It will not impact, but performance wise it will be huge, because if you are launching your browser 100 times, then it will be running 100 servers which will be still executing after completing of your Selenium scripts execution. So what quit will do, it will close all the windows and tabs associated with the WebDriver session. This I am going to show you with example. It will close the browser processes, close the background driver processes, which is chrome-driver.exe in my previous example, and also it will notify Selenium grid that the browser is no longer in use, so it can be used by another session. Now let's see the another major difference between close and quit. So after launching the Google in the browser, I am going to launch a new tab. So Chrome driver dot switch to dot window, sorry, it will be new window method, and here I need to pass the window type as tab or window, whatever you want. And in the new tab I am going to launch CNN, and instead of quit use close as of now. So scripts very simple. It will launch a browser, it will load the Google in there, then it will launch a new tab and it will load CNN there, and after 15 seconds I am calling the close method on my Chrome driver object. Let me run this program and observe the behavior. So Chrome is launched, Google is launched, CNN being loaded, and once it is loaded completely, then only the 15 seconds sleep will start. So CNN is loaded, 15 seconds it is waiting, and you can see it has closed the second tab where CNN was loaded, but the main browser window where we have Google, which was launched first time, is still open. So your close method closes the tab or window which is currently active. In this example, CNN tab was active because we are using switch to new window, which is Selenium for new method, and in that scenario control will be switching from parent window to the child window. So my child window was active and close method closes that. Let's call quit and observe the behavior this time. This time you can see both the tabs are closed, and that was possible because we used quit method. So quit method will close all the windows and tabs associated with that WebDriver session, but close method will only close that window or tab which is currently active. So when you are done with the execution and you don't have any further steps to execute for that particular script, then you can call quit method so that it will close everything and it will terminate the background processes as well. But when you are working with multiple windows or tabs, then if you want to close any particular browser window or tab where you don't have any further steps, then you can call close method on that particular tab to close it. For an example, you are trying to create a Google account, and to create the Google account you need to accept the or read the terms and conditions. You clicked on terms and condition link and it opened a new tab. After reading those conditions, you need to close that tab because that is no more required. So you can call close method on that particular tab where terms and conditions are open, and you can switch back to your parent window to perform next step. One more point you need to understand that quit will close all the windows or tabs associated with the same WebDriver session. If you have multiple WebDriver sessions running, it will not close them because we are calling the quit method on that particular session object. That means I'm going to create another object of Chrome driver class, and in this browser I'm going to launch Amazon. So basically we are going to have two Chrome driver sessions. First one where we are launching Google and CNN, and in the second WebDriver session we are launching the Amazon, and we are calling the quit method on first WebDriver session. So this will only close the first WebDriver session. It will not close the second one. Let me run and show you quickly. So here you can see the first window session closed where we had launched the Google, but second WebDriver session is still active where we have launched the Amazon. Let me show you one more thing quickly. So I'm going to launch the browser and we'll load Google in that, and I am calling the close method. Let me run the program. You can see Chrome browser is closed, but still we have these buttons active which says that stop the execution or rerun the script again. These are forced control because close did not close my intermediate server that is still running in the background. So IntelliJ is not able to figure it out that execution is already completed, but since background processes are running, it is still showing you that okay, forcefully close it or rerun it. Let me stop it, and instead of close, this time use quit and rerun the program. So you can see Chrome browser is closed, and if you see we don't have any forced control here because quit is closing your background processes also and notifying IntelliJ that everything is done. So you can see there are so many major differences between close and quit, and we need to use them effectively. So that's all in this video. If you have any doubt, please comment on this video. If you really like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe and share with others. Thank you everyone.